Okay, so the last little thing that we need to discuss here is what happens to an impulse when it reaches the end of an axon. How does it get to the next neuron or to the effector or to the from the receptor to the axon? And that happens through a chemical bridge from a neurotransmitter. And the area where that happens is called a synapse. A synapse is a gap. It's a junction between neurons. Bring the definition up, or it could also be the junction between a neuron and a receptor or an effector cell. So nerves transmit impulses, as you know, from an action and resting membrane potential from the uh, sodium and potassium exchange within. All right. When it gets to there, it needs to do something of the same, but it needs to get it across. So a neurotransmitter is going to close that gap. All right, so I'm going to ask you to watch this attached animation. It's only about a minute long. And I'm actually going to use this animation. You can maybe put on pause and stop as the learning technique there. So, all right, so if you go there, and I'm going to the animation. I also learned that the animations don't play too well on the screencast, so it's attached from now on, and I attached all the others as well. My apologies. All right, so here's what I want. So the impulse arrives at the end. You see that by the little lightning at the end here. The action potential gets there. You can see it come in. The action potential, the impulse arrives, is going to force the opening of the voltage gated. These are proteins channels. All right, they are calcium voltage gated channels. Calcium is going to flood into the presynaptic neuron. What is the function of calcium? Calcium is going to signal the neurotransmitter vesicles that you see there in there. They're yellow, all right, to move towards the cell membrane. So calcium signals the neurotransmitter vesicles to move the vesicles towards the membrane. All right, so you see membrane. When they move there by the process of exocytosis, a neurotransmitter such as you'll see in the animation, acetylcholine, can be released. What happens to the neurotransmitters? What is their function? What is their job? To bind to receptors on the dendrite or on the effector or receptor. And when it does that, the voltage-gated sodium channel opens up. Okay, voltage-gated sodium channel opens up, and just like the nerve impulse, the sodium floods into the next neuron, initiating